Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video today, I'm going to give you guys my secret to being a better, faster distance skater. You guys ready? Let's get into it. So this is a long requested video, and I didn't want to do this video because I'm still skating, actively skating and doing races and still trying to be prominent in the scene. So I didn't want to give my secret out, but a lot of people have been asking me what I do and how I've gotten to be so fast. So I'm going to give it to you guys today in this video. Now, you guys might be shocked by this, but you might not be. So let's just get into it. So it's really one secret. There are three, but there's only really one that changed my skating for the better. So the secret is to push switch. All right, now you guys might have thought, oh, there's this big elaborate secret. Those are the other two. This one I can tell you guys because it's not really much of a secret, but a lot of skaters that I know don't know how to push switch. So I'll just give you guys a backstory on me. I pushed regular, well, I'm actually goofy, but I pushed with my dominant foot, my regular foot, for about 2-3 years before I learned how to push switch. And once I learned how to push switch, that's when I really delved into distance skating. I first loved to push distance, but once I learned how to push switch, that's when distance skateboarding opened up for me. And I was able to do, 20 mile, 40 mile, 100 mile, distances on my skateboard and, well, longboard, and I really had no problem at all. So it really only took me about 2 weeks to really learn how to push switch, to get confident and do it out in the streets and do it fast, to use it in races. Well, let me break that down for you guys. The first 2 weeks, it took me to learn switch. I was just in a playground and then a basketball court. I would alternate, and those 2 weeks was just strictly pushing switch. I took my board out every day. It still amazes me that I did this, but I took my board out every day and I learned how to push with my non-dominant foot, which is regular. I learned how to push. So it was about a week straight that I did nothing but push switch. So every time that I took out my board, went to work, came back, took the train to work, or wherever I was skating, I pushed switch for a whole week. I didn't fold on that once. I didn't go back to goofy. I just stayed regular and was pushing switch. It was terrible, but I had to do it. So those first 2 weeks is when I learned how to push switch. And then I want to say about 2 months it took me to get comfortable with it. I'd do it on the sidewalk, or I'd do it somewhere where it wasn't as crowded, probably like a park or something like that. But it felt good. It felt comfortable. And, I wasn't falling to the left or to the right, or like usually when I started pushing switch, I would fall forward because I didn't have the balance quite right on where to place my foot, and there wasn't any videos teaching you guys how to push switch. But I'm gonna change that. So I'm gonna give you guys a video on how to push switch. I don't see too many of those out there, so stay tuned. But didn't know where to place my foot, didn't have any kind of idea. So those first 2 weeks, it was trial and error, and the 2 months after that was also a little bit of trial and error, just figuring out the technique that I should use, because I already knew how to push goofy on my dominant foot well, very good. So I was just trying to emulate that when I pushed switch, and trial and error, like I said, but it ended up working out for me, and now I can push switch no problem. But after that, I want to say it took about a year for me to fully master switch. I can do foot brakes with it, I can go downhill with it. It'll literally look like I have been pushing switch my whole life. You won't be able to tell if I was first regular or first goofy. You won't. So that's how I know that I've mastered switch, where I can throw it on my board on on my left foot, on my right foot, and it'll feel the exact same. So I wanted it to feel like second nature, where if I caught myself in a situation where I needed to use my regular foot, which is my switch foot, I can do that, have no problem. And that took, again, about a year. When I started using it in races, I want to say it was also about a year, maybe a couple months less, maybe like 8 months, when I started using it in races. And that just opened up the race scene to me. Like, I was just so much more comfortable pushing switch. I was so much more comfortable racing because I could use both of my feet. Usually I wouldn't go out as hard on a race because I only had one leg, so I wanted to conserve some energy. But when you're pushing switch, you have both your legs. So if you build them up and your legs are strong, you're gonna be perfectly fine for a race. And people are getting a lot faster now, so you want to make sure that you have both legs. You want options. You want options when you're racing. You need them. So make sure you guys are doing that. And I will again have some workouts for you guys to do and tips on how to push switch. But just want to give you guys my secret. It's not really a secret. It's not really my secret, but it did help me out tremendously in my distance skating. So if you guys are not doing that already, pushing switch, drop everything. Take the next 2 weeks and learn how to push switch. Just do it, trust me. And that's all I can say. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys found some value in this type of content, make sure you guys subscribe. I'll have more informative videos coming your way. And until next time, I will see you guys then. Take care.